They started 3-7 one season, the Jazz did, but their worst beginning came in 1974, which was their first year in the league. They were 0-11, and then went 3-34, but finally got their fourth.
Now that was when they were in New Orleans too, right?
Right, 1974, first year in the league, and they get the tip. So this has been an inconsistent Jazz team, winning one, losing one. They just got blown out by Atlanta the other night, 111-79 down in Atlanta.
The defense by Laettner. You talked about the start back in the 90-91 season being 3-6, but from that point on, they went on to win 11 of their next 12 games. So they went on a tear, and like you mentioned, ended up winning 54 games that season.
And as I mentioned, Doug Collins, who Michael Jordan works one-on-one, waits, pulls up the jumper, and hits. Doug Collins in his first year in Detroit, 1995-96, when they went 3-6, Collins wound up leading that team to a 46-36 mark, including a record franchise-tying 18-game turnaround from the season before when they won just 28 games. Donyell Marshall dumps it in. So Bobby Simmons, Phil, gets another start, his second, rookie from DePaul.
Well, I think Doug really liked his hustle. He spoke very favorably of him after that Milwaukee game, talked about he was doing everything that he asked of him, and I think he likes the way that he doesn't hurt them defensively. He's very solid in that area.
In their loss to Atlanta, and these numbers are just mind-boggling, Stockton and Malone combined for 12 points on 3 of 10 shooting. Malone had just 7 points in 28 minutes. Just the 26th time in his 17-year career that he's failed to score in double figures. Stockton inside, out to Lewis. And give the assist to John Stockton, who is the NBA's all-time leader in that category.
Lewis has stepped in this year and replaced John Starks, who last year was their starter for the most part at the 2 position.
Whitney for 3, and Chris Whitney knocks in his 14th three-pointer of the season. Seawood averaging over 10 points, 2.5 assists a game. In his 9th year from Clemson, and Simmons, you talk about the hustle, he gets the steal. Whitney waits for his mates to catch up. Here's Laettner. Laettner, who started at center the other night, gets to start in the power forward spot tonight. Jahidi White inside as the ball stripped away.
Well, that's when you really want to capitalize, when you get the turnover and you get possession of the ball without them even shooting. You want to do something with it.
Jahidi has just been snake bit so far this year in trying to hang on to the basketball. Stockton, great pass underneath. What a beautiful pass.
Guard, everybody has to rebound. You've got to come up with those long rebounds. That time, I think it was Laettner. One other player kind of left a little early.
Jordan from the top of the key. He's 2 for 3. Jerry Sloan, the head coach of the Jazz, said of his team the other night in Atlanta, quote, they quit. And Stockton says, we're not competing. That should be a given, and it isn't. Lewis is fouled by Laettner. And it's interesting that Doug Collins says the exact same thing about this Washington team. They need to compete. That's something that should never be a question. Sometimes you'll miss your shots. Sometimes you won't get the bounce of the ball. You should compete every night.
Well, I think where it really shows is on the defensive end. Like I said before, I think there comes a point where you have to... Excuse me. You have to be determined that at some point during the game, you're going to shut down your opponents on the defensive end. And we didn't see that at all in that Milwaukee game.
Quincy Lewis, third-year star from Minnesota, averaging 4.5 points a game in his 3rd year with the Jazz. Steve Buckhands, Phil Chenier from the MCI Center tonight. He's trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. They'll be back home again against Charlotte on Tuesday. Laettner pulls up, and it's a little strong. And a foul is called on Jahidi White.
Unfortunate foul, because I think he got pushed by somebody else. It might have even been Stockton into Lewis, and of course he fell on top of Lewis, and the official has to make a call at that point.
That's what Jahidi just said to the official, that I was pushed into him. Let's see if we can see it on the replay.
It got the long rebound, and there's the contact coming from Stockton, and his momentum just carried him forward on top of Lewis.
Stockton has the ball knocked out of bounds by Whitney.
And, you know, coming into before this game and going over some of the notes, it just really amazed me the fact that this Utah team, the veteran team, particularly led by Stockton, leads the league in turnovers, almost 20 a game. That and the fact that they're giving up over 100 points a game, big difference in this team from this year and last year, at least so far, their production.
Only 2 teams in the league give up more points than the Jazz right now. That jumper is short. Tipped out of bounds by Washington. Memphis is actually tied with the Wizards, giving up 101.6 points a game. And the Clippers, the only other team that give up more points than Utah. They're also 5th in the NBA in steals at over 9 per game, and Stockton has a lot to do with that. Lewis comes off the screen and hits the jumper.
Well, right now it looks like Jordan is trying to help out defensively, but you've seen Lewis hit a couple of field goals. He may want to pay a little more closer attention.
Michael passes it off to Laettner, who can't hit it. Tips it to Jahidi. He got hit, no call. Wow. Ball went flying away. Malone trails, misses the follow slam by Marshall. And Bobby Simmons failed to box him out, and Doug Collins has to talk. Call 202-628-3200, extension 3596, or contribute online at WashingtonWizards.com. Jordan forces up a jumper and misses. We talked about first quarters as Stockton fires from long range and hits a 2-point field goal. Against Utah, the last time these two teams played out at the Delta Center, the Jazz put up numbers of 41 points in the first quarter to Washington's 13.
Yeah, just had a phenomenal first quarter, I should say. Shot 82%, had 14 free throw attempts, made 12 of those, just dominated every phase of the game.
Bobby Simmons driving inside, draws the foul on Greg Ostertag, his first, and Bobby will shoot a pair.
Got to take advantage when they're roaming around. Forced the switch that time. Ostertag comes over and picks up the foul.
Bobby has missed only 1 free throw so far this season. He's 8 of 9. He was the 42nd player taken overall in the draft by Seattle, and then the Wizards got him for the draft rights to Predrag Drobniak. Played 3 years in college at DePaul and ranks 3rd in DePaul history in three-pointers with 121. That stops a 10-0 Jazz run. Stockton baseline. Tip up, blocked away from behind. Somebody got a hand on it. I didn't see who it was.
Ostertag went for the rebound. Looked like he was going to get the putback.
Jordan drives, double pump, little short, can't get it to fall, tips it up, and it's saved by Stockton. Stockton, who injured his finger. You can see some tape on his right index finger. He hurt it when playing at the Lakers earlier in the season. He's actually sliced it. And then Wednesday night in Atlanta, went down on his chin and had to get 3 stitches. Malone with a nice fake and scores. Karl Malone averaging 20.6 points a game. He's 23rd in the league. And has 4 points tonight. Whitney fires, a little bit short. Nobody there to rebound. Utah by 9. Malone flirting with a long jumper and misses. Richard Hamilton up off the bench, as is John Crotty. Whitney short jumper, just can't get it to fall. Simmons is there for the follow slam.
I think Jahidi kind of moved Ostertag out of the way and allowed Simmons to come in and get that putback.
4 points for the rookie from DePaul, Bobby Simmons, making his 2nd start of the season. Stockton around everybody, runs into Jahidi. That's tipped while it's on the rim, no call.
Good help that time from Jahidi. Jahidi's showing a lot more activity down in the painted area on the defensive end especially.
Looked like Stockton ran into a wall, didn't it? Jahidi didn't move. Jordan fadeaway good. 6 points for MJ. He's 3 of 6 from the floor. Malone the other way, fouled, and they're going to call goaltending. That basket will count. And now Karl Malone will have a chance for a three-point play.
Jordan hits another fadeaway jumper over Lewis. He's off to a good start. 3 for 6 with 6 points.
And so the mailman to the line. Turned 38 years old this past July. 82% free throw shooter. And his season high of 29 against Orlando, but just 7 points Wednesday night against Atlanta. Hamilton's first jumper, good.
Well, I think that's a good sign. Come off the bench and ready to let go of the shot.
How difficult is that to do, Phil?
It's not easy, but I think if you come in mentally ready, it certainly makes things a little easier.
Greg Willard spots a foul in the lane. I believe it's on Chris Whitney for holding. Well, it's on Bobby Simmons. Whitney not in the game right now. It was on 21 Simmons. His first personal. Donyell Marshall to inbound. He's having a great season. What a pass. He lost it out of bounds, turned it over. And as Phil said, they average almost 20 turnovers a game, dead last in the league. Jordan pulls up, a little short. They're just doing a great job boxing out on the glass. Crotty nearly lost it. Malone's open for the jumper. 3 rebounds for Jahidi White. Hamilton, nice move. Follows by Jahidi.
That ball was in the cylinder.
Well, that's happened a couple of times in this game, and they've let it go, so maybe that's how we're going to play it.
All you ask is that they be consistent.
Wizards have cut the lead to 4, and another turnover, this one by Marshall. As Doug Collins will bring Mr. Consistency, Popeye Jones, into the game. Also going to bring Courtney Alexander in. But not until the next dead ball. Here's another look at the
take a look at this play, Steve.
Yeah, that's definitely, it looked like it was going to go back in.
Yeah.
Better angle here. Well, it's close, but I think it was probably in the cylinder.
The cylinder, yeah.
Jordan gets the roll. He wanted a foul, too. No call. 8 points for MJ. And the Wizards have cut the lead to 2. Down from Utah's largest advantage of 9. 6-0 run. Malone, nice take around Popeye, and gets bumped by Jones, and I think that's who they'll call the foul on. It is on Popeye, his first personal with 2:28 to go in the quarter. Under in the Washington lineup, lost the ball and turned it over. John Crotty, the former UVA star, been in the league a long time, 11 years. Baseline up and scores. He's sneaky quick. And the lead after it was cut to 2 is back to 6. Utah picking up their defense. Popeye goes strong. What a shot!
A sweeping right-handed hook shot from Popeye.
But we hear that description about Rahman, not Popeye.
That comes tomorrow night.
Sweeping right-handed hook. John Amici in the game. Here's Malone, turns on Popeye, and it's short. Jordan getting a rest right now. 8 points in the quarter for MJ. Hamilton off the screen. Good.
Good timing down low. I believe a double pick was set by White and Simmons.
And the lead again is 2. Crotty running into Hamilton the whole way and can't get the roll. Tipped away and taken. Tipped out of bounds by Courtney Alexander, but they'll give it to Washington. Well, that was one of those plays where you could call an offensive foul on a play like that. Both players have a lane, but look at Crotty moving.
Now, Crotty's going to move in, but see, the thing about defensively, you got to circle around and get in front. That play 9 times out of 10 still is going to be called on the defensive player.
Yep. Hamilton leads it for Popeye. He'll take the jumper, just a little short. To Heidi there for the tip in, it wouldn't go. Sean Stevenson in the game, wears number 2. Malone spins and scores. 11-time All-NBA first team. NBA All-Defensive first team 3 times. He's got 11 points. The Wizards will play for the last shot with the shot clock off. Hamilton fadeaway, a little short. Somebody got pushed inside, no call. That's good if it goes. And it does not, and the first quarter has come to an end. Utah built a 9-point lead, but behind Jordan and company, the Wizards came back. Richard Hamilton in off the bench had a good quarter. And after one period of play, they cut it to 4. It's Utah 27, Washington 23. Back to the MCI Center after this. Laettner, Popeye, and Courtney Alexander. Matchup is Brian Russell against MJ. Russell reaches in, tries to knock it away with 2 seconds to shoot. Jordan baseline. Got it! How's that for deja vu?
He dumped into Russell as he went by him and hustled down court.
10 points for MJ, 8 in the first quarter. Crotty pulls up. Wizards trail by 2. They were down by 9. Hamilton is fouled by Crotty, and Greg Willard says it's on the floor. They'll give the Wizards the ball on the side.
Well, you can hear the buzz in the crowd as soon as they saw this matchup here. Everyone remembers that picture-perfect ending, that last shot by Jordan, but he brings it back right in Russell's face.
MJ again, got it. 12 points. The shot came in Game 6 of the finals at the Delta Center on June 14th. Jordan nudged Russell out of the way and hit the jumper to give Chicago the win, 87-86. Russell says Jordan, quote, pushed off. It was evident, but they didn't want him to lose. Like Mike said, it wasn't a foul if they didn't call it.
What made that whole... It was a series of plays. Made the 2 free throws, made a layup, stole the ball, and then hits the final shot. He did everything they needed to win, and I don't think it was a matter of politics or the unknown
Jordan factor
of not making the call.
Wizards fight for the rebound and lose it out of bounds. Washington has come from 9 down to grab the lead with 10:09 to play till half. 29-27 as Stockton and Marshall check back in. Looking to organize a youth outing, employee benefit, church trip, or just a friend's night out? How about a Wizards group night at the MCI Center with a group of 20 or more? You can reserve your tickets today for teams like Orlando, the Knicks, the Raptors, Sacramento, and more. For group info, call 202-661-5050. Account executives are standing by. Jordan against Russell. Got hit, no call, and knocked out of bounds, give it to Washington. 17 on the shot clock.
Good job by Laettner on that last defensive possession. Here's in the transition, Jordan coming down.
That would be a foul there.
Yep.
Jordan fadeaway. Oh, that looked like it was in the hoop. Gets it back, and he can reset. That was an unusual
play. It was a strange play. of what Marshall was going up after. The ball was clearly close enough to touch the backboard or the basket.
Alexander, that's a tough shot. Tip up, Popeye's there, can't get it to go. But Alexander nearly tipped his own shot in. Knocked away. Marshall gets it back. Stockton will reset with plenty of time. Now they go to Donyell Marshall, and Gary Benson spots something. They'll do something with a shot clock.
Well, they took it from 11 to 20, so evidently there was not a reset. Saying that
there was a change of possession on the near steal.
Did the Wizards ever have possession of it?
That's what Doug Collins is saying, that they did not. Gary Benson is telling Ken Maurer that they did. Doug shakes his head, goes back to the bench, says that ball was loose, and there should be no reset of the shot clock. It falls on deaf ears. Brian Russell. Utah is 0 for 5 from the floor in this quarter. Popeye looking for a cutter has MJ. Now he needs help. Nice pass. Laettner, beautiful play.
Oh, you wonder how Jordan saw Laettner way across the court through several lines of defenders.
Wizards have outscored the Jazz 8-0 in this period. Donyell Marshall is tripped up by Jones and fouled.
Popeye lost his own footing, slipped.
Second personal on Popeye and a timeout on the floor. Jordan and this guy, John Stockton. Amici banging with Laettner, passes it out of bounds, intended for Russell. Turnover.
Popeye right back.
And that's 4 turnovers on the Jazz. Jordan is 6 of 11, has 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the Wizards have the lead by 4 after being down by 9.
Almost had that backdoor set up.
Michael with Russell in his face. Baseline, same play. Got it again! Getting our first look at Andrei Kirilenko, a rookie from Russia. Nice young-looking rookie as well, Stockton. Good pass to Marshall. Boy, he threaded the needle there.
Again, you're talking about somebody that has eyes all over the court, knows where everybody's at.
The NBA's all-time leader in assists. Hamilton, tough shot off the screen, can't get it to go. Saved by Popeye. MJ for a long-range 3, his first three-pointer of the season.
Good hustle by Popeye Jones to keep that ball alive and then secure the offensive rebound. It results in 3 points. As you said, Jordan's first three-pointer of the year.
17 first-half points for his Ernest. Timeout by Utah. First three-pointer of the season in 11 attempts. Where Kirilenko misses. Ostertag can't get it to go, and then he gets fouled by Laettner. Kirilenko at 6'9", playing a lot taller than that. Well, you saw what the Wizards did against Milwaukee. They produced just 12 points against the Bucks in the second quarter. Tonight, a different story.
Absolutely. Also had about 5 or 6 assists by this point in the second quarter. So they're protecting the ball much better and outscoring their opponents.
Greg Willard calls a loose ball foul on Courtney Alexander. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. He looked like he went way up high to get the rebound, but he may have pushed off in the process. Yeah, there is some contact with Kirilenko. Donyell Marshall for three. Oh, again, Kerry Linko is there to get the putback.
He's a very active player. I saw their game back in Utah a couple of nights ago. Can't remember who they were playing, but I was really impressed with his skills. They were playing Orlando, and he was matched up against Grant Hill. Did a good job on it.
That was a big win for Utah. Laettner, Hamilton, three to shoot. Laettner puts it up. It's short.
Watch out.
Got to cut him off, and they do. Down low, Marshall. Knocked away. Wizards get it back. They run. Here comes Stockton. Nice pass, Hamilton. He's fouled by Kerry Linko and will shoot two. Jazz lost their first two games of the season to Milwaukee and the Lakers by 4. They beat Seattle, lost to the Lakers again, lost to Portland, beat Atlanta, lost to Toronto, beat Orlando, and then lost to Atlanta the other night. Stockton underneath. Nice pass to Marshall. Lays it up and misses.
That time you had 4 defenders for Washington in there to secure the rebound.
They were out-rebounded, Phil, by Atlanta, 45-28, and the Hawks were playing without Theo Ratliff and Chris Crawford.
Yeah. You know, it's really amazing because we talked about, this is a big lineup. You talk about Marshall and Malone at the forwards. Those are bookends. And then you have Ostertag in the middle there. Is it Brian Russell?
Yeah, it is Brian Russell, and it appeared he turned his ankle. He wears number 3. 19 points for Michael Jordan.
Well, that stroke was really good. That time he had to fade away a little bit further, and sometimes that's when his shot has been coming up short, but not this time.
Donyell Marshall, short jumper, good. Marshall averaging 17 points a game, and he's number 1 in the league in field goal percentage, making 63% of his shots. What a move by Jordan. Trying to get something out of him, but couldn't. He was triple teamed with nowhere to go. Stopped the other way. Great pass. He's amazing. He
knows how and when to deliver the ball, and that's something so important for passers.
And he's under control. You know, some guys go flying in there and pick up charges. Some guys go flying in there and pick up charges. Alexander blocked by Kerry Linko.
Long arms.
Marshall. Blocking, scored a goal. They'll call a foul on Whitney. Just like that, the lead is down to 3.
I was going to say, you don't want to close out this half giving up a spurt. Not a lot of contact from Whitney. He was trying to draw the charge, but I don't think he got enough contact to even draw the charge.
Marshall's in his second year with the Jazz. Minnesota picked him in '94. He played a year there, and then he went to Golden State for Tom Dugliata. Played 5.5 years with Golden State, and the lead is 2. Hamilton, offensive foul on Etan Thomas.
That's very similar to what we saw from Karl Malone right out here. And Karl's very well known for doing that, moving and setting the pick. But Etan, actually his first year playing, so he gets that call. That's unfortunate.
Well, he got fouled that time. You could hear it. And Thomas has picked up, I believe, his 3rd personal foul. Russell, we understand. Brian Russell has a severely pulled left groin, and he's out for the game.
That's funny, because when we looked at the replay, we saw his ankle buckle, and I thought that's when he went down, but maybe it was buckled because of the groin pull.
So they lose 8 points and almost 5 rebounds in Russell. Karl Malone as Kwame Brown, the rookie, comes into the game. Malone is a different player this year when the team wins and when the team loses.
Well, that goes to show you how much of an impact he has. In the 3 wins, he's averaging 28 and nearly 10 boards, but in the 6 losses, you can see those numbers drastically down. They depend heavily on Karl.
went 53-29 last year. They made the playoffs for the 18th straight season. That's the second longest streak in NBA history, as is their mark of 16 consecutive winning seasons. But their playoff run was short-lived. Lost to Dallas in the first round. In the Western Conference, 3-2. Jordan got hit. Will shoot a pair. Utah has gone on a 9-0 run to tie the score.
Very quietly, they've snuck back into this. A couple of transition baskets. And they've gotten themselves right back into this game. And this is not the way you'd want to leave after establishing a strong level of play and a good lead.
Jordan's first free throws of the game as Popeye Jones comes out and Bobby Simmons is back in. 20 points for Jordan, who is now 47 of 57 from the free throw line. A reminder, all final holds for Wizards games in December here at home have just been released. Great seats available for matchups with the Magic, the Heat, the Knicks, and a special New Year's Eve game against the Nets with a special free post-game show featuring Sinbad right up to midnight. For tickets, call 202-432-SEAT or order online at WashingtonWizards.com. Quincy Lewis's jumper is good. Lewis, in his third year from Minnesota, was the 19th overall pick by the Jazz in '99. And he's 5 of 7 from the floor, has 12 points.
He's got a number of open shots. He's just playing away from his man and finding the open spot.
He's guarding Jordan, now Hamilton. Richard double dribbled and traveled. Started to go up for his shot and turned it over.
Kirilenko providing some good defense for the Jazz.
Stockton milking the clock. They look for Kirilenko with Hamilton on him. Long jumper, no good. Boy, Marshall tipped out of bounds by Simmons back to Utah. And the height advantage of Donyell Marshall at 6'9", and he looks even bigger than that.
Well, Simmons did a good job of boxing out. Marshall just came over the back using that size.
Simmons at 6'7". Nice pass to Marshall for the slam. Well, John Stockton is just uncanny. 12 points for Donyell Marshall. Stockton with 11 assists in the half.
I think the guys love to play with him. He gets you the ball.
Sure. Utah by 2. Jordan fade away, score the goal. He'll go to the line. .23 points for MJ.
So here he's milking the clock, wants to run it down, gets to the position he wants. Again, with that upper body strength, Quincy can't push him off the blocks or from the low post position where he wants.
Jordan has missed just 6 shots in 16 attempts. He's made both of his free throws tonight. And now has 24 points in the game. Wizards by 1. Stockton goes all the way. Flips it over to Quincy Lewis, who didn't get it up in time, and that is the end of a very entertaining first half of basketball. Well, the Wizards built a 9-point lead after trailing by 9, but Utah went on a 13-5 run to end the half. Jordan finishes with 24 points in 19 minutes of play, and the Wizards, trying to snap this 5-game losing streak, have the lead 49-48.
Just taking some good shots, elevating. Looks like his elevation on the jump here. He had to hang in the air a little bit, move by the defender. And you can see that tongue wagging and the mouth moving.
Doug Collins said, quote, "Basketball should not be a punishment. It's your job and you should love it. When you work at it, there should be a certain joy that you have working. When you start losing, you can see the joy being gone. I told guys, I don't care what the record is, play with passion. Play like you love to play basketball. If you do that, good things will happen.
And I think we've seen that in the first half. Let's hope it continues. We'll see how things start off in this third quarter.
Jordan on Lewis, jumper, in and out, no good. Just missed it. Brian Russell has left the game with a groin pull, and the report is that he's out for the rest of the game. So, injury, here's Ostertag, blocked away by Jahaidi. Whitney under control, runs the break. The Wizards have activated Hubert Davis and put Tyronn Lue on the injured list. But we have not seen Hubert play tonight. Here's Jahaidi way outside. Up strong, misses everything. Wizards fell down by 9 and came back. Took a 9-point lead. Well, Malone.
Good no call by the official. Good no call, though. Latham didn't push him anywhere close to that strong.
There's the little pick and roll. Malone now works free and scores. Karl Malone in his 17th year from Louisiana Tech. Had 13 points in the first half. Whitney against Stockton. Bobby Simmons, the rookie. Whitney in the lane, nice pass to Jahaidi, can't handle the ball, it's on the ground, and a jump ball is called.
Well, you said this earlier, and you feel for Jahaidi offensively, and you want to at least get him some touches every now and then because he's working hard, led the team in the first half with 5 boards, but right now his rhythm is really off, and I think his confidence is suffering as well. They get the ball into him, and he's got to make his decision quickly if he's going to turn in for that jumper. Make sure he turns in there and release the shot. When he starts bouncing the ball, dribbling the ball, he's only asking for trouble.
Stockton, great pass and a foul on Latham. Stockton's unbelievable. He had 11 assists in the first half. He averages 9 a game. That's 4th in the league. Is the NBA's all-time leader in assists, 14,584. Magic Johnson is second in that category all time, but he's 3,400 assists behind Stockton.
Stockton will be obviously adding more to that list. And Laettner has to come out. Laettner picked up his 4th personal. And I know there was some discrepancy. I don't know if they cleared it up early on. Doug came over to the scorer's bench and said to check on that. I think they had it for 2 fouls, but the scorer's table, at least they had listed him as having 3 fouls if this was in the first half. Now he sits down with 4.
Malone has made all 7 of his free throws in the game and has 17 points. And the Jazz back up by 3. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier. Wizards will have a couple of days off, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday before playing Charlotte here. Whitney threw the ball away. He was looking for Jahaidi White. And Ken Maurer, make it Gary Benson, says that ball was tipped, and they'll give it to the Wizards.
I'm not sure if that was going to be a pass anyway. I think, a shot anyway. I think it was a pass to Jahaidi, and Jahaidi turns his back. It goes up in the air. And Jahaidi, just at that split second, moved in for rebounding position and never saw the ball come.
Nice pass to Popeye. Can't get it to fall, and Ostertag has the rebound. Good look from Jordan. Stockton, one of the few jumpers he's taken, kicked out of bounds by Jahaidi, given to Utah. The 111-79 loss to Atlanta Wednesday was their worst loss since the Lakers beat them by 46 in LA 2 years ago. Nice pass and another foul. This one's on Bobby Simmons. They're getting some good looks on inbounds that are too easy.
4 attempts, though.
Jordan knocked away. Goes to the Jazz.
Short again. Short.
13 on the shot clock. Whitney pulls up and misses. Simmons manages to get the ball after good position. And a jump ball will be called with him and Greg Ostertag.
Boy, good hustle by Bobby Simmons that time inside. I think he was looking to make the pass, but you see right there, he's surrounded by black jerseys. And he thought he had an opportunity and an opening to get that shot off, but found it rejected.
Well, the Wizards had trouble in the second quarter against Milwaukee. Here in the third quarter, they've missed their first 6 shots. What a shot by Donyell Marshall. 7-point lead. Collins wants time.
In a bad way here.
Hamilton trying to get open. Jordan, Whitney, and draws a foul. Stockton open jumper, tipped up, no good.
The ball went off Gianni's hand. He almost tipped it in.
Way too easy. Their inbound passes have just been finding guys wide open all night long. Donyell Marshall, 9 of 11, has 21 points. Foul called on Quincy Lewis as Jordan cut through the paint. Jazz by 7. They clear the side for Jordan. There's nowhere to go. Finds Popeye. Back to MJ for the jumper. That's the way to do it.
Good two-man game. I had my eye on Jahidi because he was in that lane awfully long, but he quickly got out of there, and that enabled him to swing the ball to Jordan and his field goal to count.
Jordan, 11 for 18, has 26 points. His season high is 32. He's done that twice. Knocks the ball away. And a foul called on Karl Malone.
Well, take a look at this last play at Washington's offensive end. Jordan and Popeye played a little two-man game. You can see the defense sloughing off to double up on Jordan, but then Popeye gets the ball right back to him after they make an adjustment.
Again, Popeye coming in off the bench, doing yeoman's work. Jordan again springs open, and a little short tip, no good. Donyell Marshall is fouled before the shot goes up by Richard Hamilton.
Well, they recognize with this small unit in there that they have a size advantage, and they're looking to drop the ball in to Donyell Marshall. And he's been doing an excellent job moving without the ball, trying to set up his man, and it's a good passing team when they're not turning the ball over.
Marshall and Malone have all 10 of the Jazz points in this quarter. Stockton fouled by Whitney. Stockton has 13 assists, no turnovers tonight. Hamilton has to pull up. It's way short. Jahidi's there for the follow slam.
Boy, I like that basket because he's been wanting to get some points on the board and get something done, but he's been working hard on the glass, and that time it paid off.
He's got 7 rebounds, 4 of them on the offensive end. Jordan doing a nice job on Marshall. Now they get it into Donyell. Shoots, misses, and MJ's there. 5 rebounds for Jordan. Fade away. Good. 28 for Jordan. Wizards within 2. Oster tag in the lane, and it's stripped away. Here comes Hamilton. Hamilton pops. No good. White has, or Popeye rather, the rebound. Hamilton off a screen, goes all the way, runs into traffic, knocked away. Jordan chases it down. They gave him a new 24. Did the ball hit the rim? Fade away. No good. Tip no good. Lewis missed it after a great pass by Stockton and then gets fouled. 14 points for Quincy Lewis. Again, it's 4-point lead. Hamilton got pushed, no call. Jahidi up strong. He got manhandled. He'll shoot 2. I thought Hamilton was nudged as he went to the glass. Here on Comcast Sportsnet, Wizards with a record of 2-6. John Crotty back in the game. Whistle and a foul.
So you've got to beat Karl Malone in that position. You cannot allow him to receive the ball that close to the basket. He jumped a little too early. That ball went over his head.
Jordan double teaming, looking for help. That's blocked. Jahidi is strong. Score it. He'll shoot. He is going crazy on the glass.
Those are the kind of points Doug Collins wants to see come from Jahidi White. Number one, he's strong enough to get that in. He's underneath the basket, still can muscle the ball down. And when Jordan draws a triple team like that, that's going to leave a number of opportunities for Jahidi to grab the offensive rebound.
6 offensive rebounds for the former Georgetown star, who misses the free throw. 4-point Jazz lead with 4.5 to go in the quarter. Oh, great pass to Crotty, who got himself wide open in the lane. As you might imagine, one of the top teams in the league in assists.
Yeah, number 2 team in assists, only behind Minnesota. But again, it's kind of perplexing because over the years, this has been a team that has always protected the ball well. And there you can see Crotty wide open underneath. Can't tell from that what happened to Whitney, who was guarding it.
Called the foul on Kirilenko. His 4th personal. And so for the first time tonight, we'll see Scott Padgett in his 3rd year from Kentucky, replacing the rookie Kirilenko. Richard Hamilton will try again. Hamilton 2 of 9 from the floor tonight. Has 8 points in the game. He's made all 4 of his free throws. And again, the lead for Utah is 6. Correction, 4. Offensive foul on Karl Malone.
Karl Malone had Lewis. I thought Lewis really went up to set a block on his man to try and free up Karl Malone. Did they call on Lewis or on Malone?
Well, let's check and see. I could have sworn he signaled 32, but no, they changed it to Lewis. Jordan fadeaway, a little bit off the mark. Knocked away by Jahidi. Good play to get in front of Malone.
Got to be quick on your feet because they swing the ball well. That time Padgett was trying to deliver that pass down to Karl, but Jahidi did a much better job, at least deflected that pass.
Gary Sloan, who looks a little bit like Tom McMillan, who's in the audience tonight, walking around. Always easy to spot Matt.
Tom may have a little more gray up top.
I think you're right. Deshaun Stevenson knocks one down. He was a player taken right out of high school, Washington Union High School in California. He's in his 2nd year. 20 years old. He'll be 21 in April. Whitney fires. Misses.
That was a tough shot. I'm sure he felt the pressure from Crotty right next to him.
Boy, Malone and Jahidi go down strong.
And they call it on Karl Malone.
Second on Karl Malone.
He has 9 more attempts. At least they're really hustling. A lot of that coming from offensive rebounds.
And 2 of the Wizards' field goals are Jahidi putbacks. Hamilton can't get the roll. Washington just can't get a rebound, and a loose ball foul is called on Popeye Jones.
Well, that time Popeye did get one of those offensive rebounds, but just couldn't get the shot to go down.
3 personals on Popeye, and now the Jazz will shoot.
With this team and with these players, he had to know what players could do and reach a confident level.
Wizards let Crotty get into the lane and get the rebound, and Malone scores. Those are the kinds of things that'll drive you to take Mylanta.
Cherry or strawberry?
Tip no good. Malone has the rebound. Crotty pulls up. Knocked away. Here's Alexander. Into the middle. Pulls up for the jumper. Finds it.
I think Doug was too happy with that decision there on Courtney's part.
Hubert Davis is up off the bench. He'll look to come in the game for the first time this season. A tough pass by Jahidi, who saved it. Now finds Jordan. He gets fouled by Marshall. No shots taken. And now they'll give him 1 plus the penalty. Wizards will wait to get their substitutes in. We'll see if Hubert, who he might be coming in for. Jordan, meantime, gets 2 free throws, has 28 points in the game. Now 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Jahidi White gets a nice round of applause. He really worked hard in his minutes in this game tonight. And the rookie Kwame Brown is in. Jahidi 10 rebounds in the game, 7 off the offensive glass.
And it's going to be important for Kwame to maintain that kind of intensity on the glass. Don't worry about trying to score. Worry about rebounding defensively and offensively.
6-point Utah lead, 1:26 to play in the quarter. Jordan has 30. Scott Paget for 3. Just his second three-pointer of the season. Jordan shoots, hits another. Michael Jordan matches his season high of 32 points. He's now done that 3 times. Against...
You realize he has nearly half of the team's points.
Yep. He did it against Boston, he did it against Golden State, and now again against Utah. Danielle Marshall. Oh, man. What's the call? Gary Benson.
There was a whistle.
Wait a second. Somebody blew a whistle. Gary Benson said...
anticipating making a call, but then decided that there wasn't enough contact. What do they call that? An inadvertent whistle?
Inadvertent whistle. That's what they call it. I don't know if that's going to satisfy anybody. Certainly not Mr. Collins. Ken Maurer looks at Doug Collins. Collins says, as we stop the play, we can't allow a substitute to come in. They're going to try to get
They're going to reset the shot clock. It's at 4 right now.
Guess not. Karate gets inside and scores.
So that basket there, the offensive rebound, a couple of offensive rebounds off of missed free throws. Those, like you said, those are baskets that you look back on and
Marshall. Oh, man. What's the call? Gary Benson.
There was a whistle.
Wait a second. Somebody blew a whistle. Gary Benson said,
anticipating making a call, but then decided that there wasn't enough contact. What do they call that? An inadvertent whistle?
Inadvertent whistle. That's what they call it. I don't know if that's going to satisfy anybody. Certainly not Mr. Collins. Doug Collins says, as we stop the play, we can't allow a substitute to come in. They're going to try to get
They're going to reset the shot clock. It's at 4 right now.
Guess not. Karate gets inside and scores.
So that basket there, the offensive rebound, a couple of offensive rebounds off of missed free throws. Those, like you said, those are baskets that you look back on and see them as really having a major impact on the outcome of the game. And they are what those kind of plays tend to sustain a team's drive. Right now, Utah not shooting the ball extremely well, but they're getting second and third opportunities in those key situations. And it's just really enabling Washington to shorten this lead.
Jordan's first miss of the night, and for the first time this year, we get a look at Lake Braddock High School's Hubert Davis, who is in the lineup. Hubert's been on the injured list with a hamstring, activated today by Wes Unseld and brought into the game now. Hubert in his 10th year from North Carolina, one of the best three-point shooters in NBA history. Jordan making 1 of 2 free throws. Deshaun Stevenson to Karate to Marshall for the open jumper. Good. How good is he? Had Popeye in his face and still hit it. 25 points for Donyell Marshall. Jordan, no good. Paget, and that will do it for the third quarter. Even though he made the shot, it will not count. Utah outscoring the Wizards 29-18 in the quarter. Jordan with 33 points, but right now it's 10 points short. Nowhere to go, had to turn it over. Turned around, Kwame wasn't looking for it, and they gave it up. Stopped it. Tip up in. Not only do they do the pick and roll, but one knows exactly where the other is at all times.
Well, you're talking about for an old team, they still know how to get up and down the court well, and that time transition burned the Wizards. Outscored by 30, and Stockton Malone, Stockton with 13 assists, Malone 25 points. Donyell Marshall not doing too bad with 25 points himself.
Hubert Davis nails another three-pointer. He's 2 of 2 from long range. Last year, Hubert played in 15 games for the Wizards. He started 11. He made 20 of 38 three-pointers with Washington. Stockton from long range. How about that? Stockton had missed all 6 of his three-point jumpers coming into tonight.
A little confusion between Jordan and Hubert Davis. They got to decide if they're going to switch or stay with their man when they cross over.
Kwame is pushed as he takes a pass in the lane by Amici. That That three-pointer was a reversal. That was a Stockton basket from Malone.
Well, Malone's been known over the last 6 or 7 years to do some assisting himself, become a much better passer than when he first came into the game.
Davis, bounce pass, couldn't be handled by Laettner. They'll give it to Washington with 8 on the shot clock. 10-point Utah lead. The Wizards came back from 9 down in the first quarter to take a 9-point lead. A 20-second timeout taken by the Jazz. All right, let's check our Sun Microsystems upcoming games for this Washington club. They'll be back here Tuesday night to take on the Charlotte Hornets. Thanksgiving Day at 8 o'clock. They'll be at Indiana. That game on WB50. And Saturday back here against the Celtics. 7 o'clock game on November 24th.
I'm really looking forward to that Indiana game. I don't know if our staff knows it, but Steve Buckhantz has agreed to take us all out to dinner. So Chris, John, all the guys.
And you'll really enjoy the little tavern. It is terrific. I'm telling you, the burgers are great. Jordan fouled.
Yes.
Score it. He'll go to the line. He is so strong, Phil, that when he gets fouled, it's almost as if he's on a mission to complete that play.
Well, I think that was Malone that came over, tried to strip the ball, got a piece of the arm, but he was able to continue with his shot and his motion towards the basket.
Makes the free throw. A new season high 36 points for Michael Jordan. 7 of 8 from the free throw line. 14 of 26 from the floor. Stockton going all the way, lays it in and gave it to Hamilton. They race 1-on-2. The fast Hamilton scores.
Well, he ran right by Stevenson like he was stuck in mud or cement.
We talk about what a great shooter he is, but he is really blazing to the basket. Deceptively fast, a slasher.
That's what they need.
Malone, backbreaker. 27 for the All-Star. 7 points in the quarter. Hamilton got it blocked. Excellent defense. Stockton fouled by Davis. John Stockton, the only player in the NBA who wears his shorts above his knees. He's an old school boy.
That's still a little long for the old school players, really.
And they're probably long for Stockton. I guess, you know, you get the feeling if he had his druthers, they'd be up around his thighs. But he's got to resemble some sort of fashion.
That's way short.
Jordan inside, fade away. Yes. Score the goal. He'll try a free throw.
Had to use a little extra body English to get that ball to drop. It was teetering right there on the rim. Once again, you see him get the contact, head fakes. I believe it was Padgett that time that picked up the foul.
Jordan makes the free throw, has 39 points in the game, 8 of 9 from the free throw line, 15 of 27 from the field. Jordan, you might recall, had 41 in a preseason game, but this is a regular season high for him. Good steal. Hamilton.
Yeah. He saw that coming from cross court, made the right decision defensively, and came up with the easy basket. Nice play, Rip.
Jerry Sloan wants time. The fans going crazy at MCI Center. Wizards on a 10-2 run. They're back in the ball game, trailing the Jazz by 2.
Leave your man and go anywhere on the court.
Blocked inside. Wizards have it. Points for Michael Jordan. Great pass, Stockton too. It's almost as if Stockton's awareness rubs off on everybody else on this team. Through 3 quarters, the Jazz had outscored the Wizards 12-2 on the fast break. In the 4th quarter, the Wizards have outscored Utah 6-0. Jordan finds Leitner, lays it off Kwame, blocked out of bounds. 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, Kwame was just a little too far away from the basket to reach there and draw the foul.
4 seconds to shoot. Jordan in and out. Battling down underneath Leitner and Malone. They call it on Christian Leitner. Stockton have all 12 Jazz points in the 4th quarter. Malone has 7, Stockton has 5.
Well, you can see him trying to fight Malone for that position inside.
Hamilton guards Deshaun Stevenson. The correction, Lewis, Quincy Lewis. Stockton lost it. Oh, he got pushed. Kwame got pushed, and Ken Mauer saw it.
And you can see the first person to come out and acknowledge Kwame's hustle getting down court was Doug Collins. This young man has a lot to learn, but I tell you, he's got an awful lot of talent. And at a very young age, a lot is expected of him. But he's got to stay tough, keep his head in there. And I think you mentioned something a couple of games back that it's great to have somebody like Dwayne Farrell, a former player, that is there to help, guide, and continue the encouragement process of these young players.
Wizards have tied the game at 89. Kwame's there. Jordan with a move. Fadeaway blocked. Malone is there. Somebody got a piece of it.
It's Kirilenko with the block.
Malone with Leitner on him. Was too hard. Goes to Utah with 10 on the shot clock. Boy, that pass from Malone is just too hard to handle.
It could have hurt somebody. Well, important stop here. You want to keep the momentum going.
Now Collins yelling into Kwame Brown. Watch the loop. Watch them coming around. Stockton. Foul. No call. Lewis's jumper. No!
Boy, they rested for a moment. It was like they were anticipating a foul being called. And that brief moment of not reacting gave Lewis a long look at the basket.
16 points for Quincy Lewis. Utah by 2. Jordan backs in. Fadeaway. Can't get it. Leitner's there. Hubert Davis for 3. Ball knocked up in the air. It'll go to the Jazz. with 14 on the shot clock.
Christian Laettner working extremely hard to try and deny that ball from going inside to Karl Malone. He knows how valuable he is and what he can do, the kind of damage he can do, but he's moving his feet and trying to deny.
Malone sets a pick for Stockton. Lewis. Oh, no! Two-point field goal for Quincy Lewis in his third year for Minnesota. He's got 18 points. The last two have killed the Wizards. Hamilton. Tough shot, couldn't get it to fall. And Utah the rebound. Collins wants a foul badly.
I tell you, I like the moves Griff is going to the basket, trying to make something happen. A lot of times you'll get those calls. Unfortunately, tonight he's missed a couple of opportunities for the official to make the call.
2.5 minutes to play. Wizards need a stop. Kerry Linko, nice fake. Inside. Donyell Marshall, and he's fouled. Christian Laettner gets called for his 6th personal foul. He is disqualified from the game, and Marshall will come back to shoot one after this timeout. Regained the lead by 7. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier.
They've done it with their two big men inside. They've combined for 55 points tonight. Donyell Marshall and Karl Malone.
Jordan, 41, make it 43.
Well, what a quick spin move by Jordan. The first step, he beat his man right off the bat.
17 of 32 from the field, 43 for MJ. Donnie Marshall, in and out, no good. Kwame has it. Wizards need to convert here. Jordan all the way, draws the foul.
And you can see how they converge on Jordan so quickly. Donyell Marshall comes over from that side. You've got two other defenders from the other side. They're all aware of where Jordan is.
His last 40-point game in '98 against the Knicks. He's got 44 tonight. He is 9 of 10 from the free throw line, has 7 rebounds and 3 assists. That one hurt. Up ahead, score the goal and a foul call.
John Stockton that delivers the pass once again with his head up, seeing down court. Big men running the floor. You see Marshall and Malone there. He gets it to Malone. Malone's able to go in for the layup.
16 assists for John Stockton, which is a new season high for him. His previous high, 14, which he did twice. Malone gets the three-point play. Karl Malone with 10 points and 6 rebounds in the fourth quarter. Has 30 points and 11 boards overall.
They've got a lot of those in this quarter inside, and those points in the paint continue to add up. And we talked about the size disadvantage Washington has. This is a big front lineup, but they're also very mobile guys and can create problems.
How were they out-rebounded by Atlanta 45 to 28?
It's hard to figure out, man.
I can't.
We'd have to see that game to figure out what happened. But
I saw the highlights, but I don't know how that happened, especially without Ratliff and Crawford for Atlanta.
It looked like it was a game that came out. They were just totally flat from the get-go. They shot the ball poorly. And just, like we said, I think Donyell Marshall led them in scoring with 14 points. We mentioned already that Malone only had 7 points, one of the only 6 times since the '87 season that he scored less than 10 points.
Marshall was the only Jazz in double figures in that game. Doug Collins in his huddle. Jerry Sloan sends his troops out. Sloan, by the way, has been with Utah longer than any coach or manager in Major League sports, 14 years, 1,018 games. The honor had belonged to Tom Kelly, but he retired as skipper of the Minnesota Twins in October after 15 years with that team. Our statistician tonight, Paul Evans. Our Comcast Sportsnet crew, Chris Grain producing, John Niehaus directing.
But clearly Washington needs to score quickly and then apply the pressure defensively, see if they can force this team to turn the ball over quickly, but they've got to take care of the offensive side right now. A lot of time going down.
Hamilton lays it off, and it's stolen. Costly turnover for Washington, approaching the 1-minute mark in the game, trailing by 7. Stockton. Pass stripped away, and Michael has it. Davis. Hamilton for 3, he missed it. Kwame Brown trying to get it, and Popeye Jones ties up Karl Malone.
Popeye fell on his teammate, Kwame Brown. I'm sure Kwame will be all right, but he fell on his shoulder.
You've got 2 veterans going up for this jump ball. Watch how crafty Malone is at beating the tap.
I guarantee you there'll be some contact as they go up for the jump ball as well.
What's the call? They're going to re-jump it. I don't know if anybody was holding anybody else.
Well, Popeye really jumped into Karl Malone that time.
Stockton and Davis get tangled up. Gary Benson is trying to correct that.
Not how high you jump, it's the quick jump.
Boy, very quick throw, almost like a face-off in hockey. Ken Maurer trying to surprise the 2 guys. And unfortunately, Utah got it with 30 seconds to go. Very hard-fought game for the Wizards tonight. Kirilenko off the glass. So the Wizards battled back from 10 down. Jordan can't get the shot, and that's going to do it. Wizards with a tough night, a good game, hard fought, but they just could not get the buckets and the stops when they needed to. Michael Jordan, 44 points, an NBA high so far by a player this year. That ties an NBA high with Nick Van Exel and Tracy McGrady, both of whom have hit 44 points. But not enough, as the Wizards lose their 6th consecutive game to Detroit, Boston, Golden State, Seattle, Milwaukee, and now Utah.
B, another Larry Bird.